Sören, welcome to the FICC 2024.
Thanks a lot for inviting me. Glad to be here.
You're one of our keynote speakers. Can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Sören Auer. I'm a professor for data science and digital libraries at Leets University of Hanover. And I'm also director of Leets TIB, Leibniz Information Center for Science and Technology, also in Hanover. So we are a library traditionally, but now increasingly a digital information center for science and technology, supporting researchers, scientists, but also industry and organizing scholarly knowledge, scientific knowledge, data, information.
Okay, well, you're here to talk about that, but let me start at the beginning. Can you tell us a bit about your past research? What have you been doing so far?
Yeah, so I was doing many different things. In research, everything was related to semantic technologies like knowledge graphs, ontologies, data integration. But I also founded a company which is now successfully also marketing these technologies on the market, called Essenza. I was working as a postdoc in the US for a few years. I was working with Fraunhofer and did also industrial work with these semantic technologies, helping enterprises, companies to leverage that for data integration and for developing new digital service innovations.
Okay, and now you were here for your keynote, and you mentioned that, well, scientists have been writing papers for hundreds of years, and basically they're still doing the same thing, delivering papers, although it being PDFs right now. And maybe that's not the way to go forward. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yeah. I think we need to find a more structured semantic representation, organizing this content in such a way that these new AI technologies can help us, can assist us, can help us answering questions, finding new solutions, identifying gaps, and also transferring this knowledge to applications, which is, I think, a big problem, challenge currently.
Okay, and how should scientists do that? What's the solution?
Yeah, so this is the big question. How can we accomplish that? We have developed these open research knowledge graphs. So that's a service which is open science, open data. Everybody can use it. But of course, we need to lower the entrance barrier to make it even more intuitive. That's what we work on. And then hopefully researchers will, of course, continue to write papers, but in addition to write their paper, create a comparison of the state of the art, the structured semantic representation, and publish this along with their paper. So peer reviewers, for example, can scrutinize that, and also other peer researchers can validate and see how it juxtaposes the research with other related approaches.
Yeah, so you're saying if you're spending months and months on a research paper, spending the extra few hours to making that happen, shouldn't be too bad, even though it's a bit of a barrier.
Yeah, so we try to reduce it even further, so hopefully then it's not a few hours, but maybe less than an hour. And of course also increase the incentives so that you can get citations for that you maybe also are more successful in the peer review process, because if the peer reviewers get such a nicely composed comparison with the state of the art, they might appreciate that and then give you a better rating for your paper. I can
imagine, sure. Okay, so that's one thing you're looking forward to in the future, making that time less. Is there anything else you're working on?
Of course, we also work on industrial applications, applying this technology for industry, for example, like knowledge graphs, semantic technologies, how this can be used in supply networks to exchange information to make our supply chains more robust. We have seen a lot of crises like the corona crisis, for example, the Ukraine war, pandemic, the natural disasters in certain regions, and there it's important to have an overview of the supply chain network, and this can be also done using the same technologies like knowledge graphs and semantic representations.
Makes sense. How do you find the conference so far?
Very interesting, a very interested audience. Seems to cover quite a broad spectrum of different topics, which is also nice to get not only a very narrow field of research, but different impulses from different areas. And I also like that it's hybrid, so that people can participate online and This is, of course, during the pandemic we had to do everything online. Now I think often conferences switch to fully presence, but I think such a mixed hybrid mode is actually quite good for a conference, so that you can participate also online and physically.
Okay, Sören, thanks so much for your time, and hopefully we'll see you again in the near future.
Thank you. I was glad to be here.